Well, Jonathan Ashworth is the Shadow Secretary for Work and Pensions, and he joins us now from Westminster. Really good to see you this morning. And you're here this morning to talk to us about getting more people into work, which is really relevant with those statistics that we've just shared. Unemployment has risen, jumped up to 4%. How would Labour get more people into work, and more importantly, how would they pay them more as well? Because pay continues to be squeezed in real terms as well. When adjusting for inflation, it's down 1.2%. It's not a good picture, is it?
No, that's absolutely right. So unemployment creeping up, wages squeezed again, I think for the 19th month in a row now, I think it is. People are really struggling, and I'm absolutely determined to help more people into good, well-paid jobs. So I'm putting forward significant reforms today as to how a Labour government would reform welfare, would reform our job centres, using AI and modern technology in our job centres to help people find jobs sooner. At the moment, the job centres get around 60% of unemployed people into new jobs within 9 months. But if you use modern technology, if you use AI to help people find job vacancies which are more suitable for their skills, I believe you can help get people into jobs much quicker than that. And it's really important, because if you get more people into jobs, you'll grow your economy, you'll make your economy more productive, and we'll all be better off as a result. So we've got a big ambition, a big mission to get people into good paid jobs.
That's really good to hear, Jonathan, because Ellie and I, and it's no different when Isabel sits here with me, and I think we're all a bit worried about AI. We jump back and we think, oh, well, is it going to be the tail wagging the dog and all that sort of thing? But here you actually see, in a practical way, whereby AI can identify quicker, appropriate jobs for people at the job centres, in the job markets.
Yeah, there are opportunities with AI that I want to embrace, because I'm both a welfare reformer and a public service reformer. Now, of course, AI is also changing the labour market. That's absolutely right. As modern technologies always change the types of jobs in the labour market, but it should make us all more productive. It should open up new avenues and new opportunities. But we should use these tools to improve public services. And that's why I'm suggesting let's use them in the job centre. Let me just give you a quick example. I was talking to an organisation. They were trying to get young people into hospitality jobs. They rang up the job centre and said, look, we've got some jobs. Give us a list of young unemployed people in the area who've said they want to work in bar work and hospitality. And the job centre said to them, we can't give you that list, not because of data protection, but because they can't produce that list. That's crazy, when there are people who want work, that the job centres are not making the best use of these modern technologies. I want to change that.
And you know what? You talk about hospitality industry. I know so many people working in it, who work in it, who look to hire people in it as well. And I look at myself, in my first job, for 6 years or 7 years, was working in a bar, and it's so transformative. You think, how can one job help you in another? I learned how to talk to people, standing behind a bar, pulling pints, and you develop social skills. And so it's really good to hear that you can get somebody into one field. It doesn't mean to say they'll stay in that field, but it can help them in other fields. Work leads to work, I believe.
I mean, absolutely. Let me tell you a story. You might not know this about me. My mum and dad, they worked in hospitality. My dad worked in the casinos of Manchester, actually worked in the Playboy casino in the 70s, where he met my mum, who was a Playboy bunny girl waitress in that casino. And this was 1970s Manchester, with some very famous Man United footballers at the time, which I know you'll be fans of. I used to go in that casino and would be served by my mum and dad. So, look, though they were working class people from Salford, the opportunity of those types of jobs, it gave them a sense of pride, a sense of self-belief, and it meant the world to them, because it meant they could build a home and build a family.
Jonathan Ashworth, what a story this morning. We weren't expecting that.
Have you any pictures?
That was amazing. Yeah. Right, we want to ask you, just before we let you go.
I've got some pictures.
Oh, he has got pictures. Great. Well, we'll have a look at those later. Whilst we've got you, I do want to ask about one of the biggest stories going on today, as it has been for the past 5 days. And, of course, that is the BBC presenter scandal at the moment. Front page of the Daily Mail this morning, 1 in 6 people know who the scandal hit BBC star is. We've also heard from the BBC star Nicky Campbell speaking over the weekend about what a distressing weekend it's been for him over these false allegations. He's having discussions with the police regarding malicious communication and lawyers about defamation. So it does call into question, doesn't it, our privacy laws? If 1 in 6 people know who this person is, but the media cannot print the name, are our media laws up to scratch? Are they with the times? And are we doing enough to protect people who are innocent?
Well, look, I mean, I don't know if that many people know. I mean, I don't know who it is. I know there's all kinds of stuff swirls around on social media, but then there's lots of people coming out saying it's not them on social media because they've been accused of awful stuff over the weekend. So I don't know. But look, it's obviously a very difficult, serious, sensitive story. So obviously questions as to how the BBC has reacted when these allegations were put to them. Obviously in the last 24 hours, last night, there's some dispute as well now about this story as well. So it's becoming more complicated. Clearly there's got to be a thorough investigation which gets to the bottom of all these very serious questions, and the BBC need to carry out that investigation and need to get on with it. Look, everyone is speculating, everyone's being asked for their opinion. In a funny sort of way, I know I'm a politician, but I'm not sure it actually helps for politicians to be offering a kind of running commentary when none of us know the facts of all this. We're getting different versions of events reported. The BBC really need to do a proper investigation and answer all these questions.
Well, it'll be a developing story today, Jonathan. There'll be a lot of questions to be answered as the annual report from the BBC is due today as well. We'll say goodbye to you, my friend. Thank you very much indeed.